All right, welcome to part two of setting up a lab with Centrify Report Services. You should be following along with the blog post. In the previous video, we actually set up a service account that replicates changes from AD, including roles and rights in the Centrify zones for Unix, Linux, or Windows machines, and changes to users or AD groups. This is going to go into SQL Server, and there's two deployment options for you, right? The first option is to be able to use, especially for testing environments, just a SQL Server Express versus using a true SQL Server. So I'm going to use, in this, I'm going to do the setup for the top one, in which you are going to use the Centrify bits and SQL Server Express. Okay, so first and foremost, I already showed you in the video that I already have the Suite 2016 bits. This can stand alone. You don't need to upgrade the whole thing to 2016, but you need to go to the Direct Manage folder, and you can pick the Report Services feature. So in here, I can use any of these executables, and this is going to walk me through the setup. So most likely, if you're a Unix administrator, you'll be working with your Windows lead to be able to set up this. Okay, so this is a teamwork approach. Okay, so in here, notice that it's going to ask me to accept the EULA. I'm going to go ahead and press next. This is where I select where it's going to be, the bits are going to be deployed. And this is going to do installation. Installation is pretty fast. And notice here it's going to say that do you want me to launch the configuration wizard? So the config wizard is going to help you through do the hand holding for the configuration. So I'm going to press finish. This is going to launch the config wizard. And now, I'm going to be able to present it with this question. Do I want to use a SQL Server Express instance, or do I want to use an existing SQL Server? In this video, we're going over here. So I'm going to pick the defaults here. So it's going to install a new instance of SQL Server Express. So what are the merits of this? Or the merits is that you get to install it really quickly. All you need is a server, and you get to do everything standalone. The demerits of this is that SQL Server Express has limitations in size, and you cannot distribute your reports through email or file server. Okay, so I'm going to choose to deploy the Centrify reports, and what's going to happen here is this is the URLs for the web service or the report manager. The next is going to ask me which domains are going to be monitored. If you're doing this in a lab environment, most likely you're going to have only that. But in a production environment, you'll be able to monitor multiple different domains based on AD Trust, of course. So I'm going to press next. Now I can set up when do I want this synchronization to happen. This is related to when do you do attestation. We have different kinds of customers. We have customers that may attest every day. We have customers that do it every quarter. We have customers that do it yearly. The idea is that you need to be able to get a snapshot of the data from before and after. Okay, so I'm just going to pick the defaults here. And in here, how do I want to run this? Most likely, this is where the service account that we created before is going to work. So I'm going to have this the Centrify reports that I created. Let's go ahead and do a find, and there you have it. I should know the password. Notice that, like I said before, this could be a managed service account or be managed by a password manager. So I'm going to press next. So in here, notice that it's going to do a check for you. When I did the delegation, it's actually making sure that the account has the ability to replicate changes from Active Directory and in order to be able to read what needs to be putting in SQL. So in here, everything is is all set. And this is going to go ahead and last a little while because it has to install SQL Server on it. But this should be done in a few minutes, and when it's done, I'll follow up with the next video.